is an insane work schedule, bruh. Nigga, if I was at MAPPA, man, fuck that NDA. They treating us like shit. Pay us. Strike for us. Nigga, we need a strike. I told y'all, the whole world needs to strike. We all need to be in unison and strike. Fuck these corporations. Fuck these companies. Fuck it all. We all just need to be strike. Today, we're going to be watching The MAPPA Situation is Worse Than I Thought by Drew Malau. I hope I said your name right. If I said it wrong, I apologize. What brought me to this video is because I heard about the MAPPA situation from like Twitter and everything about how they're not paying their animators, like they're paying them pennies for real and pretty much treating them like dog shit, just like they do with the mangakas, which is crazy because they create all this entertainment for us. Very insane. But we about to see what this video is hitting on. See what this video hitting on.
The MAPPA situation is much worse than I thought. We all know that life is rough for Japanese animators, with low pay and long hours, but this is taking things to a whole new level. Let me try to break it down for you. If you haven't heard, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 has some serious production issues. This all came out a few weeks ago, so I'm sorry for breaking the news at the speed of Internet Explorer, but I think it will be beneficial for all of us if we understand not only how this happened, but why it happened. We all love the art form of animation, but I think that it's important to understand, at least in part, the business side of anime. This side of the industry is much less fun and can often be unfair, frustrating, and unforgiving, but I think that ultimately it can help us deepen our appreciation for the medium of anime. This situation was made especially difficult to understand because MAPPA made their animators sign non-disclosure agreements, meaning that they weren't allowed to discuss the inner workings of the studio or their production processes. But even in spite of this, the animators took to social media.
Nigga, you know how crazy it is to make niggas sign an NDA just to treat them wrong? Like, you made them sign this NDA, and then you're just treating them like dog shit. That is insane, bruh. That is very insane.
To speak out and vent their frustrations in both cryptic and pretty overt ways. Yes, this is a girl tying a noose around her neck, but we'll get to that. Everything came crashing down recently with the 17th episode of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. The episode is called Thunderclap Part 2, and while it is a visual treat, according to the directors of the episode, it's only 30% complete. To understand what led to this, we need to go back to 2019 when MAPPA was choosing what shows it would create animation for. They signed on to produce the anime of Jujutsu Kaisen. Their production cycle for the show was slated to run for 18 months before the show was supposed to air in 2020. This is a relatively healthy production cycle, so please keep that in mind. The first problem is that MAPPA then signed on to produce Attack on Titan's final season. The rights to the intellectual property of
the NDA culture probably came from a Westerner. Most likely.
Attack on Titan falls under the jurisdiction of something called a production committee. I won't get into this right now, but I will definitely do a video on production committees in the future because they are fascinating things to learn about. All that this means is that the date has already been set for when Attack on Titan goes live and will be broadcast on television. These deadlines are one of the reasons WIT Studio backed out from animating the final season of Attack on Titan. They couldn't produce the animation fast enough. Now keep that in mind because that's kind of important. Maybe you would think that'd be a red flag, but not MAPPA. MAPPA accepts these dates. They don't mind the extra work. And to
they don't
be fair,
give a fuck.
The show will bring the studio a lot of notoriety, and it's also a safe financial bet for them because of the show's established popularity. The only problem is, oh yeah, they already agreed to animate Jujutsu Kaisen. This is where the pressure begins to push down on MAPPA's animation team. Jujutsu Kaisen is scheduled to broadcast on October 2020, and Attack on Titan Season 4 is scheduled soon after for a December 2020 release. Remember that 18-month production cycle? Well, now that essentially gets split into two parts, and each show only gets 9 months of production time. After Jujutsu Kaisen's first season ends, they have a feature-length film planned. This movie is Jujutsu Kaisen 0, and it immediately goes into production. This is where things turn and begin to get really bad. For reference, anime films usually have a different production cycle than anime shows. Each film's production cycle can be very different. The film Akira was in production for about 3 years. By contrast,
So do
Spirited
you.
Away had a year and a half of production time. But the closest comparison that I can probably give you is Demon Slayer's Mugen Train movie. They both followed on the heels of a full season of anime, and each covered a smaller arc in the overall story. Mugen Train had at least a year of production time. If you had to make a guess, how long do you think Jujutsu Kaisen 0 was in production for?
They probably was in production for like 3 to 6 months and got fucked over. This is crazy.
The entire film was produced in only 4 months.
4 months. 4 months. I'm predicting a lot of shit, man. I told you this production time was at least like 3 to 6 months. I didn't know it was 4 months. Bruh, they got these niggas working like slaves. They got these niggas working like my pals in Pal World, man. They got the whip ready. Wata! Wootish, nigga. Wootish. Wootish. Wootish.
This is insanity. No one in their right mind would, or should, ever choose to do this. So why in the world did
The school for animation. Most of us didn't get hired as animators. Damn. Fucked up. That is fucked up, bruh. MAPPA be taking too much work on. Bruh. They definitely killing they artists, bruh. This shit is so crazy. This shit is insane.
MAPPA?
What's good,
The
Wise?
answer is Chainsaw Man. This anime had no production committee, which means MAPPA takes on all of the financial risk for the show and is entirely responsible for setting up the show's production and distribution. It's
They
pretty
took
rare
on
for
all the
animation
work.
studios to do this because it's very risky financially, but they get total creative freedom to produce the show however they want to. MAPPA decides that the production
Really
cycle
put
for
Zom
Chainsaw
100
Man
into
should be
perspective.
set at 9 to 10
Mhm.
months for 13 episodes. But keep in mind, they have already agreed to produce the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen by 2023.
This is an insane work schedule, bruh. Nigga, if I was at MAPPA, man, fuck that NDA. They treating us like shit. Pay us. Strike for us. Nigga, we need a strike. I told y'all, the whole world needs to strike. We all need to be in unison and strike. Fuck these corporations. Fuck these companies. Fuck it all. We all just need to be struck. I said be stroke. We all need to strike, nigga. All of us. More strikes. Give us our motherfucking money. What's good, Wavy? Happy birthday, my nigga. How you feeling, dog? We all need to be stroke sounds crazy. Beef stroke sounds crazy. That y'all going crazy. Y'all know what I meant, bruh. We all need to go on strike. Fuck this shit.
They know this second season is going to be the Hidden Inventory and the Shibuya Incident arcs, which is going to be 20 plus episodes of intense fight scenes. There is a big overlap in the production staff of both shows.
Yep.
A large portion of animators, directors, and designers can't work on Jujutsu
These niggas
Kaisen
not going to be able
until
to
they're
stroke. They're not
finished
going to
with
be able to
Chainsaw
do
Man.
nothing.
Once that show goes to broadcast, they now only have 6 to
The
8
true
months
BBC
of
lovers
production
is
time
crazy.
left until Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 is supposed to go to air. That takes us to the last episode of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 17, Thunderclap Part 2. According to the directors, this episode is only about 30% complete. It's heartbreaking to see what we lost out on because of this unnecessary production crunch. I'm not trying to speak in hyperbole, but I believe that Sukuna vs. Maharaga was going to be one of the greatest anime fights of a generation, if not of all time.
And it was still great.
12 minutes, which is
This was only 30% done, and this shit was still great. Imagine if that shit was fully done, bruh. They finna lose their arms like Orochimaru after he faced the third Hokage. Facts. Nigga, I know they fingers do not work anymore, bruh. They probably got arthritis. They hands probably look like this and shit, nigga. Like, they can probably only grab, like, one thing at a time. Yeah, this episode right here was only 30% done. Niggas stuck with the claw hand. They got fucking Ninja Turtle hands just working like this, bruh. They working them niggas like slaves, bruh. And y'all want to talk about capitalism in America.
is wild for a TV show. I mean, that's literally half of the episode right there. So many insanely talented artists worked on this fight, and there are so many unrealized ideas still left on the table. I mean, just look at some of these visuals. This was really the first time we got to see Sukuna get seriously tested.
This is crazy.
Vincent Chansard, who has gotten a ton of notoriety for his work on One Piece, even did a sequence for this fight. In the past, he swore that he would never again work for MAPPA, but one of the directors for episode 17 is Hakuyu Go, and is someone who Chansard greatly admires. At Go's personal request, Chansard was convinced to work on a sequence in this fight against his better judgment. After all of this mistreatment of the production staff and the animators, he has stated that this will be the last time that he works for MAPPA ever again. There were so many problems caused by this crunch. MAPPA was working on some of these episodes until right before they went on the air. Because Jujutsu Kaisen is overseen by a production committee, if these episodes aren't delivered on time, it's possible that MAPPA could be found to be in breach of contract, which could mean big lawsuits.
That is crazy.
The airtime has already been purchased, and
that is crazy
by the production committee and the animation studio.
Bruh, this is a crazy work schedule. They supposed to be working this for 18 months. These niggas got 6 months to work on this, bruh. Some artists get carpal tunnel in their wrists, and these companies are like, bye then. That is so fucked up. Especially for the work they're about to do, the amount of work they're doing with their hands. I can understand where you're getting carpal tunnel, bruh. I had carpal tunnel a few times. Like, especially when I used to draw and write a lot, I used to always get carpal tunnel. These companies are bullshit. Fuck these companies, man.
What's crazy is that I've only touched on a few of the shows that...
Bruh. This is what they were supposed to do for season 2. This is what they did. And they were still working on it while it was on air. They don't care about us. I'd rather wait for the full shit than have them rush it out. And you know what? This is probably exactly why Attack on Titan had like 5 parts on season 4. Because of that fucking rushed ass schedule. They probably would have finished everything. If they were just doing one thing at a time. They was doing one thing at a time. Attack on Titan season 4 wouldn't have been like 5 parts. It wouldn't have been an ending movie. It would have just been a long ass season. This is the reason why I wouldn't watch some of these shows till they finish. Facts. And this is also the reason I don't get mad at Togashi, the nigga that created Hunter x Hunter, every time it's on fucking hiatus and shit. Because when that nigga was working on Yu Yu Hakusho, they was working this nigga down to the bone where that nigga fucked his back up. That nigga had lifelong problems off of Yu Yu Hakusho, bruh. And that he created greatness. The nigga fucked his back up and he can't fucking like sit down straight. He can't sit down and like draw all the time. That's why Hunter x Hunter is on hiatus all the time. And I don't blame him for that. I blame fucking these companies. Anime sweatshops are crazy. This shit is insane, bruh.
MAPPA animated. They also did The God of High School in 2020, Zombieland Saga Revenge in 2021.
They did God of High School? These niggas fucked God of High School up so bad? Oh my god, can't believe it was MAPPA. And then they had Vinland Saga. Yeah, they gotta do what's best for them and their body. They did Vinland Saga, bruh. I don't know how they did all this in this short amount of time. There's not enough time. And bruh, these crazy schedules is probably the reason why God of High School is so fucked up. They're the OVO of anime. They just be working they slaves, bruh.
Saga season 2 in
and then Hell's Paradise?
2023.
Bruh, look at what the fuck they were doing. Nah, bruh. In this short span, I understand that they didn't finish season 2 on time. Look at this schedule. MAPPA said, fuck it, we making money. Take all of it. Take all of it. How big is their staff? It can't be that big if niggas are working like sweatshops. It gotta be 1,000+ people. I would hope so. This shit giving me anxiety just looking at it. Nigga, if I would have saw my task and I had all this shit to do by the end of the year, nigga, I quit. Fuck, I'm quitting. Fuck that NDA, bruh. I'm out.
So after all of that, it should be pretty clear that things are really,
This is
really
so
bad.
crazy.
But who is responsible for MAPPA's mismanagement? Like most corporations, it's the CEO's fault. He is the man steering the
Obviously.
ship. His name is Manabu Atsuka, and I've read that he wants MAPPA to
Excuse me.
become a well-established animation studio like UFO Table or Kyoto Animation. What's
Nigga, you're not gonna be well established if your workers are dead. Nigga, all those fire ass animators that you have on MAPPA, them niggas are either gonna quit or they gonna die. You're not gonna be at the top. If that was the case, I'd rather have Unfoldable did fucking Jujutsu Kaisen. I would not be letting a nigga like that ruin my life. Well, you in Japan, you probably don't got a choice of that matter. You can't grab a gun. There's two things you cannot get in Japan. That's weed and a gun. You're fucked. This is so crazy, bruh.
What's ironic about that is that these studios are renowned for their great working conditions. They often have.
So, not only are you working these niggas like slaves, you're praising two other companies. They don't work their workers like slaves. They actually treat their workers right. Mappa, you gotta go, bruh. Y'all gotta do better. We need a new bargaining agreement for these animators, bruh.
Have set working hours, and the animators are paid a commensurate salary. They're not commission-based. This
That's
is not a great way
crazy.
for MAPPA to be remembered. I don't know what lies ahead for the studio, but I just hope that everyone who is working there gets some time off and gets to go home and see their families. There are a bunch of worrying tweets that went out from some of the artists. Remember this girl? This is a drawing of Emma Yasuhara from the show Shirobako putting a noose around her neck. In the show, her character is a key animator. I think this image pretty much sums up the morale of MAPPA's animation team. In the Sukuna vs. Maharaga fight, they crashed through an interior office in downtown Shibuya. The animator for this scene didn't have any blueprints or pictures of what this office looked like, so he decided to make the interior MAPPA's production floor. You can see the
Hey, not they was telling us little bit of things during the animation. That's tough. That's how you do animation, bruh.
Setup and the same desk lamps that the studio uses.
That is tough.
When he showed his work to the animation team, he was met with hearty cheers of applause. There was a lot of unhappiness with how everything went down, and the animators at MAPPA are obviously overworked and have been for quite some time. In this same behind-the-scenes video I found, it was taken around the time they were making Attack on Titan, and pretty much everyone just looks exhausted, and that was years ago. I hope that things change at MAPPA. I love these shows, and I want...
Bruh, I know they tired. Their eyes are on them screens like 10, 12, 14 hours a day. I know they are tired. Nigga, I didn't stop like earlier, but did y'all see like the bags under Buddy's eyes? Bruh, let me go back. The bag under Buddy's eyes is crazy. Look at these bags, bruh. This is so insane. This gotta be unhealthy. This nigga ain't seen a lick of sleep in years. That gotta be unhealthy.
It was taken around the time they were making Attack on Titan, and pretty much everyone just looks exhausted.
Look at those potato faces.
I hope that things change at MAPPA. I love these shows, and I want to be able to enjoy them for years to come, but not at the expense of the employees' health. It really does suck when you think about the amazing animation.
This is so ass.
The crunch finally caught up to MAPPA. What's even worse is that this issue will probably never get solved.
I ain't gonna lie, Japanese weed would be fire. I hope I could get Japanese weed. I just know it's hard to find it. Just like it's hard to get a gun there. He just like me for real. Don't be sleeping. Yep.
Because MAPPA
You'd work perfect here in MAPPA.
Studio. If the animators all quit, upper management would be able to...
You should go to Japan and ask for work.
Out of college or
not from MAPPA though.
They would be willing to endure these harsh conditions because they are eager to prove themselves and they want to improve their resumes. I've heard that this is a similar thing that Pixar does to its interns and new hires because it can always find people who want to work for a big name studio. But that's probably a video for another time. As much as I want MAPPA to go back and finish the Sukuna vs. Maharaga fight, I seriously doubt they ever will. Unfortunately, there's no financial incentive to. Given their track record, the only outcome I foresee is MAPPA taking on more shows and throwing their animators back into the meat grinder. But hopefully someday, things will change for the better. I know this video was kind of a downer, and it probably doesn't want to make anyone become an animator, but if you are interested in learning or getting better at drawing anime and manga, I have an exciting opportunity for you. I'm an affiliate with the Anime Art Academy, and if you've ever wanted to improve your drawing skills,
W putting your ad in the end.
And guides, this is an opportunity for you. You can even get feedback.
Learn how to draw like a pros.
And illustrators. They have monthly plans, or you can buy the lesson bundles at a discount.
Monthly plans.
Courses, so you can try it out.
I can't just practice for free.
There is a ton of information on their website, so if you're interested, please click the link in the description.
The Anime Art Academy.
I love this opportunity.
This is what I need.
If you make a purchase, you not only help support my channel, but it's an investment in your future as well. Together, we help the community flourish by creating more artists.
Is there any more, or is that just his ad? Oh, this is that.
Making dope animation.
W video though, but yeah, MAPPA is fucked up. Fuck MAPPA. The animators are dope though, but fuck MAPPA. All right, YouTube, y'all be safe. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe below. And I see y'all next time. Peace.